Difficulties on the first two tries here. This is Uncle Martin. Happy Sunday. We've got something for you Zeppelin fans out there. I don't know if there is any, but I happened to catch one of their concerts. As a matter of fact, it was on Long Island in 1975. Now, as I did some research on this, I've got a little more stuff for you. Uh, let's just backtrack to January. I went to the February 14th in Long Island, which I will get to momentarily. But I got to bring you up to date on what happened. Led Zeppelin and the band had a situation where the fans became unruly. Why would they do that? That's a very good question. Well, let me tell you what happened. It was January. They were, and it was really brutally cold. Never ever opened the doors early, but somebody did. And so thousands of people went into the auditorium in Boston Amphitheater. And what happened was, well, they started passing around uh, wine and they call it medicine now. And then the crowd, the gang, started getting unruly. So they started lighting the seats that were wooden on fire. They opened up the water hoses, and they iced down the hockey field, hockey. We got ice skate out there, and then they brought a piano down on there, and they broke into 13 concession stands, and they also drank over 300 gallons of beer. So when they opened up the concessions to give the kids the tickets early at 2:30 in the morning, which they never do. It's always at 8:30. They made a little bit of a mistake there. It got a little out of hand. You know how kids are. Well, all the bottles and everything were thrown at each other. There was a few injuries, but they couldn't believe that that's all that happened. And then they had the police come in with dogs to get everybody in control. So I guess it was Mayor White of Boston. When he heard about this, he was ecstatic. He wasn't very happy. So he put a ban on Led Zeppelin to where they couldn't come back to Boston for 5 years. But actually, they extended that to where they were never ever allowed to come back to Boston. So this is where Uncle Martin comes in. I guess it was the end of January, beginning of February. I spent the night at Grand Central Station for tickets to see Led Zeppelin. Now, that February 4th never occurred in Boston. So all the kids that had something to do with, well, I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them came over for tickets to go see Led Zeppelin on the 14th, where I got to see them. And that's where I want to kind of begin the story. How exciting it can be when, well, okay, second coming, conference, the second coming. Yeah, I think the second coming is already here. But other than that, guys, I spent the night at Grand Central Station. Three friends of mine, Tom, the guy that sold salt to some of the kids on the last live I did on Surrounded. Yeah, he was with me 5 years later, and that's when I found out about Tucky being the other altar boy, that he was the one who got surrounded and put in the hospital with a broken arm, broken leg, broken ribs, and a concussion. Actually, after that, he went to another school. Nagreen, I love you. Girls, hey, how you doing, guys? And greetings, blessings from Israel. Hey, Israel, I do. And so now we're going to jump it up to where I did not spend. I spent the night there, but I didn't sleep at Grand Central Station because I wanted the good tickets. So we're in line. I'm in line. I'm about 6th or 7th in line from the concession stand. And what we have is a big group of people that were behind me that I never really realized. I wasn't really watching until something happened, which was, hi, you wear hats. Obviously, I wear hats. I wear a lot of hats. cowboy hats, and also berets. Yeah, it'd be another story. Hey, howdy there, Kaluji. I'm standing in line, and I hear the concession stand lady say, "I'm sorry, the tickets aren't here yet. They'll be here at 9 o'clock." See, they were opening at 8:30. We had a half hour to wait. But that was not good enough for somebody because the guy behind me, kind of guy about my size, white guy, kind of a rebel rouser. Doesn't matter what color you are, you can be a rebel rouser. Black, white, red, yellow, um, brown, or green. See, I almost said it. Or yellow. See, green and blue were around at one time, but they're not. People were prejudiced, apparently. Hello, that's a nice scarf from Goose Bay, Canada. Hey, Goose Bay. I always wanted to check that place out. I hear you have great fishing over there. So I hear this from the concession stand lady. She's like fearful. I'm thinking, what is she so fearful about? See, I didn't know about all the stuff that I just told you about in Boston. I didn't know I had all those people behind me until now that I'm putting it all together. So the little rebel rouser stands outside, out from my line, and screams, "The tickets aren't here!" And you hear, "The tickets aren't here, the tickets aren't here, the tickets aren't here, the tickets aren't here," all the way around the corner. And I'm thinking, well, the message is being sent. And then it was, the next thing he screamed out was, "So let's do what we did to the last place in the concession stands." And I'm thinking in my mind, well, where were they and what were the concession stands? It was in Boston. See. So then I heard again, concession stand, concession stand, concession stand, concession stand. So everybody's kind of involved in this concession stand thing. Let alone, I hope they weren't all involved in the burning and the throwing bottles and drinking 300 gallons of beer on the wall. No, those are bottles of beer on the wall. Okay, what do you think, UK, my guy? Wait a minute. Willie Nelson. Yes, I've heard Willie Nelson before. So I'm starting to feel a momentum going on that's very negative. So when I heard him say, "Let's do what we did to the last concession stands," and it was getting louder and louder and louder to where I had to step out of line, and I said, "No, we won't. The tickets are coming." And then I hear the tickets are coming, 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 all around the corner. And I only thought there maybe was a few hundred people, but as I add this up, there was thousands of people that were all listening to me say the tickets are coming. And then I said this. Hold on a second. I'm taking, oh, come on. Willie Nelson, the Warrior, I take those every day. Hey. What I'm saying is, it only takes, well, when I said the tickets are coming, everything like nullified out. It was all calm again. I said, in a half hour, the tickets are going to be here. And then I said, and by the way, I've spent the whole night waiting for these tickets at the Central Station. They kind of got the message that calm down, got to for the tickets. That's all. So we did get the tickets. I happened to be on the 16th row, and well, that was pretty exciting. If you ever went to concerts and that close, my only when I was watching, okay, Zeppelin was spitting out hawkers from 1 to 50. He couldn't make it to the 16th row. People were not trying to dodge it. They were trying to catch it. And I asked Tom, why would these people try to catch that? He says, because they're on a bunch of coke, they want to get high. I'm like, I'm okay. So then it was a great finale. In fact, that's when Tom said, oh, I gotta go take a pee. So he goes down and takes a pee. Now, this is the kind of funny part, sad but funny. He comes, I mean, it was a fantastic ending for the way they ended it. We're all standing on top of our chairs, you know, applauding. And he comes out and said, I heard the walls rumbling. Did I miss anything? No, Tom, you didn't miss a thing. So on the way home, I am barefoot, by the way. On the way home from Long Island, there's a storm, biggest winter storm they've had early in February before. It's up 3.5 foot on the freeway, and all we had to do was break down because Tom had no heater. Ooh, that would have been interesting. So the angels helped us on that one. What I'm trying to get to on this little fast, hopefully, story, because it's like 111 now on August 3rd. Happy Sunday. My phone's going to go out any time, I'm sure, but I'm going to go with this as long as I can. God, isn't some of the message being bastard someday? I'll get that bastard someday. I don't know if I can repeat that, guys. So, what I was trying to say is that if you get a mob, and you get a rebel rouser, it only takes one person to stop and nullify that from happening. Now, if it's already going full force, forget about it. It's time for you to leave too, because you don't want to be in a mob situation. Mobs are very unruly and can get very violent, and people get hurt. Uncle Willie, yeah. Hey, funny, huh? Hey, Gage, I got a block on it. God, it's great. Okay, Ruffles, that sounds positive. So the other point was I was going to say when I was in Malibu. Now this is 1978 now. I was living up in Pepperdine. So what do we have? We have the Who concert. Anybody remember back then? The sounds like the same guys because the fence was pushed over. Kids were trampled. There was like 14 deaths. They couldn't breathe. People were standing on top of them and stuff. And I wouldn't have wanted. So things can happen when mobs get unruly. And it only takes one person to stop it, is what I'm trying to say. So if you're in a situation where you have the fortitude, tenacity, to maybe stand forward and say, no, this is wrong, this is not right, and have the right message, you can stop a mob riot, okay? Also, what you find is, well, we all hold a balance. We hold a balance here on this planet. And it's very important to understand that. It only takes one person to do some things to turn a whole negative situation away. And it's when you stand back and just let it go. That's kind of like when, well, I think karmically you might be just as involved, like someone tells a lie. And you don't stand up and say, hey, that's a lie. I know better because I witnessed something and I did something and there's so many other things that I did that is a lie. And if you let it go, you are karmically involved when you let some liar get away with an untruth. That's what I'm saying. So when it comes down to one person, that's all it takes sometimes. I know Tom and Larry, they probably wouldn't have, they couldn't do very much. They just kind of stepped back and smiled. Did you ever look at it and really sit back and take a deep look at it and keep looking at it? I looked at it a lot of times. I kept looking back at it all these years. I was wondering, what did they do to the concession stands? And that's when Boston came into involvement. They never had, and by the way, Jimi Hendrix just found out that he was banned from Boston and he didn't even know it until he did some research on it. So go figure. Hey, even I didn't know about it. Okay, his and hers landscaping. You say hi, I say hi. What was I going to say after that? Pretty much, I guess the next one's going to be on Queen. Anybody likes Queen? Yeah, Freddie Mercury, Keith. I saw the third engagement at the Uris Theater in New York in 1974. It was the third engagement that they ever did in the United States. The cameras were on them, and they might have been on us too. I have to look at that movie again when they did the whole tour. And the lead singers or the lead band was Mott the Hoople. And a lot of you don't even know who Mott the Hoople was. But when Queen came out first and did their warm-up, and I heard Mott the Hoople afterwards, I told everybody in place, I said, Queen's going to be the ones that people remember. And they said I was crazy. Ooh, I don't think so. Who remembers Mott the Hoople? Who remembers Queen? I rest my case. And that'll be with the compulsive liar that I almost married, that I had a dream of the night before on everything that was happening. So, greetings, Uncle Marty. Tura Paka. That sounds like you're from India. Jerry, how are you? Nelson. Oh. Are you English Bob from Unforgiven? English Bob. Oh, I could say I know an English Bob, but there's no relation. So what I want to say is the next one will be on Queen. It'll probably be. See, I'm doing this at 4, and I normally don't. It's at 5 or 5:30, but I'm just trying to move around, see what's happening here. Who's watching what? When. So yeah, what I was going to say is give me a thumbs up or down. You can join the club, be a subscriber if you want. You'll get to know if I'm changing times on my videos, which I don't want to, but I have to because of my schedule. W. Maxim, where from? I'm from Arizona. It's 110 degrees. That's why I'm in the shade right now. And my phone's about ready to go out, I'm sure. So I say, if you want to join the club and be a subscriber, that's great. I prefer you to watch the whole thing or one of my episodes before you just jump aboard. Because no sense in just joining, just to join. I want you to feel comfortable about it. Other than that, thanks for... That's what I was going to say. All these messages I don't get when I post it. I don't get any of this. I don't know how to do that yet. So if you got a comment, give it to me after I post this. And I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, yeah. Well, thank you for saying my longevity is going to last so long. And hey, Gramps. Well, I could be a grandfather. I'm a great uncle. Arizona, I've been there, 95. Ooh, 95. That was kind of warm in 95. Actually, I think it was very warm. Really low. Mr. Maxine, I'm from Netherlands. Netherlands? I've always wanted to go to the Netherlands. Maybe we'll hook up sometime. You guys have been fantastic. So leave a comment after I post this. After this, I'm going to post another short. I just like to do these things. I try to post every day. So until we see each other again, be well. God victory. And I want to hear some comments from you guys. Okay. Be well.